Hey.
Hello again, everybody.
Oh, Harry! Oh, yeah, Harry!
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
That's okay. I've been listening since 10. I can't make anything out of it.
What am I accounting? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow, things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails which part is which.
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway. Right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the June 2nd edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, streaming worldwide and booming across the very warm and balmy. Oh, that was last week.
Yeah.
I knew I was premature there, right? Cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 1.4 million listeners residing here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Filling in for Elmo, who was away on assignment this morning.
Where did we assign him?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Okay,
I'm not
we'll
sure.
Come to that. All right, we'll come back to that.
He didn't leave a forwarding address. So Pistol Pete joins us here from in the Enchanted Kingdom, all the way from Antioch. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, you did.
All the way.
Pistol Pete or Antioch? Everybody says Antioch.
Antioch.
I call
Antioch.
it Antioch.
Yeah, you like to add extra emphasis.
Yeah. How do you spell Antioch? There's two Antiock, right?
I can see why you were a C student.
My dad was very proud of me, too, by the way. With us this morning, my personal... Oh, no, he's not here. And as he is every Saturday, my boyhood hero, the video coordinator, the love doctor / Cabana boy, Spider Ryan, the camera dude, joins us here at Camp Happy Face. Good morning. He just informed us last week that he's now got this new title of Cabana boy.
I know.
And one can only surmise what a love doctor / Cabana boy is up to these days. Oh, see, his vibrator's going off already.
Spanning the globe and fanning the women.
globe, yeah. And engineering and board operating the Kenosha State Trolley Ride this morning, on his way to becoming named Husband of the Year. Wacky Wayne is here.
Who else is in the running for that?
Well, there was a couple people. Matt Lauer, Harvey Weinstein,
All right.
Bill Cosby, but...
I think I'm a clear winner on this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just don't hang around with me. You'll be just
Right,
fine.
we'll be okay, yeah.
This week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And the Kenosha Today Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word. And the first caller to say that will win a $20 Boathouse gift card, compliments of Barter's Financial Planning. I'm sitting at the production meeting yesterday afternoon.
Right.
And the bartender comes down and says, "You got a call on the Boathouse direct line." I thought she was kidding.
Yeah.
And so I get down there, and the place is packed, and it's Pistol Pete here on the line.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I had a pretty interesting week. My cell phone exploded, my blood pressure exploded, all kinds of things. So I could not make the early production meeting.
That is the lamest excuse
The
I've
worst.
ever heard.
You got to make it to the production meeting to bring the blood pressure down, obviously, you know.
So you're still married, though, right?
Oh, yes.
No wonder you had lost your cell phone.
Happily married, of course.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. She's listening to
probably
this,
listening,
I'm no doubt. Had you come to the production meeting and had problems getting home, Captain Michael lives a block away. So Elmo was over there this week doing some computer work, and he sat there for 3 hours with Captain Mike without a shirt on.
Elmo had no shirt? Or
No,
Captain
Captain
Mike?
Mike.
They were sitting together shirtless?
No, he had tan lines and computer work. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Computer work with the quotations
Yeah,
around it?
yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And a bottle of Corbel later. They figured it out. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the Lightning Round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. Hey, you know what? I do recall talking to you. I forgot what you told me, though. Oh, you weren't coming.
I told you I couldn't come because I was just getting out of the emergency room.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
So you're okay?
Oh, yes, I'm very healthy, of course. That's why I'm here.
Oh.
Or that or I'm unhealthy and I'm still here. That makes sense,
you're
too.
very
Wait till
healthy.
noon.
Very healthy, but he left the emergency room. All right, sure. Whenever I'm feeling...
We got him talking in our language already.
Right, yeah.
And the reason he's here, he won Stump the Chumps. Oh, this is actually the second visit here.
Third visit. Huh?
Third visit. And so when you win Stump the Chumps, you get to come here and spend 2 hours
Right.
with us, see?
Poor guy.
I keep coming back. It's like
Wonder
that.
why he got sick.
He was all Twitter-pated.
Yeah, but he have his own production meeting at the emergency room. Doctor says, where are you going? He says, I got to go up to do this dopey radio show tomorrow. He's throwing up and the diarrhea. I mean, I've been there, done that, So is our 1.4 listeners. Million listeners.
1.4 million.
Million.
Yes. Yeah. Million.
After the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, which was written at Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter, during last night's production meeting. I was looking for something different, so I thought these were the top 10 ways to make the Kenosha Today show more exciting.
The Kenosha Today show more exciting. Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
There's only 10. We chose the top 10.
Top 10. That's
Okay.
See, nothing
All
gets
right.
past
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to make it more exciting.
How many were there to choose from?
Well, we started with only 1 or 2.
Okay.
But we expanded my horizons.
Right. Okay.
Well, the weather bunny thing hasn't worked, so at least you got the weather horny toad here today.
Yeah, well, we got almost still working on that. He had
Obviously
us
pulled the short
all
straw.
lathered
Yeah.
up and excited when this gorgeous gal, Weather Bunny, was supposed to be here, and that immortalized, and she had to work, and
And then her
someone,
pipes burst, and her plumber was coming to fix her pipes.
Yeah, and then she was in the emergency room, and
Then she was on vacation.
lost her cell phone,
Yeah.
retaining water, and yada, yada, yada. That's a bunch of crud.
It's a day that ends in Y. I can't
Yeah.
make it.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah.
The same reasons you guys can make it to the boathouse is the same reason she can't come into the show.
Well,
Yeah.
we go there for different reasons. There's a
Right.
purpose to what we
Right. I mean, you go there every day that ends in Y, and she can't make it here because the day ends in Y.
do. You know that old
Yeah.
saying, and I'll clean it up. Same
Please
old,
do.
Same old, different day?
Uh-huh.
That's pretty much it.
SSDD. Yeah.
What was that?
SSDD.
Oh, I thought you said one of those other funny initials. That,
No.
Bender, that's...
No. SSDD.
All right. Also, during that half hour, we'll be playing Stump the Chumps. And we're now going to allow, again, one of our lucky listeners an opportunity to see if they are actually smarter than the chumps that sit here. So, Pete, you went from a participant to a grand prize winner here. So I hope you are bringing something to the table here, because when they call in...
I vouch for nothing, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, he's playing his own disclaimer already. Wait,
Right,
15 minutes.
He comes with his own disclaimer. That's a bad sign.
He's got a lawyer sitting
right.
outside on retainer.
I
no.
was wondering who was sitting out in the parking lot. Jeez.
Got a briefcase, suit and tie. It's just amazing. He's got the keys to get in here.
Right. A very slick-looking individual.
And there's even more, boys and girls, after the 11:30 break. Our special weekly editorial segment, As the City Turns. Well, Elmo had something. I missed what it was, but this week we have only 3 high fives.
Again?
No more zingers and losers. I'm trying to take a positive.
I know. Like every other
spin.
week, you're trying to, spin this with a positive.
I'm cleaning up my act.
And
What is there some sort of trial coming up? We're concerned with what's going on.
Image. It's all about image.
We're trying to bolster the image.
Yeah. So when those people come and talk to me about character references,
Okay, gotcha.
I was ready for a generic zinger, too.
well, if you got one, we can do it.
do.
But I got 3 good high fives.
Okay,
So
that's fine.
and
It's your show.
It is.
Well, so
When
I'm
did
told.
that happen?
Got your name all over it.
Yeah, see, another disclaimer. And it's even better, folks, for those who might have forgotten. Tomorrow at noon, each and every Sunday, you can tune in here at AM 1050 and listen to the replay. And then you can watch the replay of this finely tuned, professionally produced Excuse for a Radio show on Time Warner Cable's Channel 14 on Tuesdays at 5 and Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Why?
We got to come up with something a little better than that. And we've been doing that for about 5 years.
You think so?
The why? I mean, that's...
You're tired of Nancy Kerrigan?
Yeah,
You feel that that's past?
Yeah, women in sports annoy me. You know, Pam Aller, we had the discussion.
Yeah,
last
we
week, and
talked
some
about
of
that
these,
last week.
Sports bunnies that they put on there, and they lend. This probably could get
So
me
I
in
should
trouble.
so I should find you something with a beefy guy complaining about
Yeah, about 350.
right? Yeah, something that complain
From the
I
W.
want a man in sports. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
bring back Harry Carey and some of that crowd there.
Sure.
They're wonderful women, but the networks are using good-looking, sexy women to sell their product.
No.
Yeah,
Are you trying to say sex sells?
yeah.
Uh huh.
I bought plenty in my day.
I
so-
don't doubt it for a second.
No, I haven't. That's just I just. Made
It's
that.
too late to be
I just
believable
made that
now,
up.
Scott.
Well, blip
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, right. We're going to actually enhance that. We're going to add some extra
Put that
music.
probably in the-
yeah.
yeah.
We're putting it in the open.
open,
It'll be
yeah.
great.
And everybody can now sign up with the thousands of our listeners who have joined the Kenosha Today Nation, like us on Facebook. And you can even find the Kenosha Today on a website, KenoshaToday.com. Of course, we talked about the Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. Get-together, getting silly with Scotty. You know, Pete, there was a time some months ago when it was getting silly with Sally or Scotty because I was trying that transgender deal.
I understand, yes.
He wasn't sure how he was feeling about his
Yeah.
sexual orientation.
Well, it just wasn't for me. Having to sit every time I take a leak and putting the toilet seat down all the time, writing my name on the bathroom walls week after week after week, just wasn't
You
working
do that
out.
every day. Yeah, you do that anyways.
Well, somebody keeps crossing it out.
Right.
And so anyway, 262-694-1050. Look at that, Wacky Wayne. Mm-hmm. We have a call. I wonder who this could be, boys and girls.
Morning.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Hey there. Is this Tradio?
Yeah, what do you want?
What are we trading?
I got a breast pump. I got a breast pump for sale.
I think you better use it. Is it used? Have you used it?
This morning.
All right. So is this a one owner? So what do you want for it?
Oh, about $280. Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
I know Shirley. You know Shirley?
We've heard of her.
She dated the four lads. Was that all at once?
Well, she'd probably call in. I'll ask her. The Four Lads were a musical group. They were back in a doo-wop, right?
Yes, I hear her say she loved the four lads all the time.
Yeah.
And then the Kingston Trio after that.
And then there was the Beach Boys, and then there was the Beatles as she got older and more mature. She's got a great history. They should give her a Grammy.
Which lad was she into the most?
Well, I don't know. Well, I'll have to ask her. You probably scared her away from calling now.
Alan Ladd.
Alan Ladd, yeah. Cheryl Ladd,
Or
maybe.
how about Diane Ladd?
Huh? Who's Diane Ladd? I don't know her.
Cheryl Ladd.
Cheryl Ladd. There, I said that. I knew that. So, what is your first name?
Lads and lassies.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Oh, God, thanks you. Appreciate that.
Don't say your name.
Yeah. What just went on there?
I don't know. He wanted to trade a breast pump for Cheryl Ladd.
How about this? Is this a breast
Same
pump or is that?
I don't know what you would use that for. I don't want to know what you would use that for. Let me rephrase.
That's a breast pump that's used going for a what do you say, a $1.22?
Buck 280.
Buck
yeah.
280. That's a pretty good price. I think you can't even find that on eBay.
I bet you could get it from Amazon.
Free shipping,
Right.
If you're
Even
Prime.
better,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, you see what Amazon's stock is trading for?
I knew if I prompted you.
$1,650.
Oh, look at how excited you get.
I can afford a half a share.
I am a
Proud shareholder?
No, I'm a
No.
Prime member.
You're a Prime member. All right. Well, let's find out about that lad thing. Hold on.
Okay. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Shirley.
The calls just keep.
Pete from Antioch, good morning.
Good morning. Hey, I have some information for you today, Shirley.
Well, first of all, we just had our first caller, and he wanted to know that apparently you dated some guys, the Four Lads. Is that true?
Yeah, I wish.
At one time?
Yeah, right.
Man, you're a better woman than I thought. And then there was the Kingston Trio.
Kingston Trio.
And you took the Beach Boys and
Yep.
now tell the truth.
All at the Roosevelt Theater.
Yeah, you didn't take on the
In her poodle
you
skirt.
didn't take on the Philharmonic Orchestra, did you?
But the Vienna Boys Choir is the Vienna Men's Choir.
The Vienna Boys Choir.
Yeah, I was with them up at the Roosevelt balcony at the Roosevelt Theater.
No wonder they tore it down.
Yeah, right.
eBay sells them.
Yeah, I do. I love the four lads. They were a really good singing group.
Well, this fellow that wouldn't say his name, he thought he was calling Tradio and wanted to sell
I
us
heard
a
that.
breast mount for $1. And Spider just went on Amazon and it's eBay. It's $100. About $100. So I don't think he was truthful or very serious about trading, but it was used. So anyway, Shirley, there was an article in the Kenosha paper here because they're going to about legalizing marijuana, and who would know more about this than you? And so apparently Milwaukee County is going to have a advisory referendum coming up in the fall.
Yes.
And although the state of Wisconsin doesn't allow marijuana, but in doing my research for this out in Portland, Oregon, they have one goal in mind above all else, it says here, to convince illicit pot growers to leave the black market. And they have an overglut of marijuana in the state of Oregon, and it's driving the prices down from $14 a pound to $7 a pound. Oregon,
Wow.
I'm trying to impress you with my knowledge about dope. Oh, wait, stay with me now.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Oregon has nearly 1 million pounds, which is, of course, if you know, is 453,600 kilograms of marijuana.
Right.
And it's a staggering amount of 4 million people. That 50% of the people buy this. So
Yeah, it sounds like holy cow.
it brings out two issues. One, should the public decide to legalize marijuana? And if they do, well, I guess that's the question. Should the public decide to legalize marijuana by vote?
I think they should. 50% of them are doing it now, so.
What's that? You got a radio on, or what's that? Echo?
No.
Wayne, do we got an echo on her?
No echo per se,
She's
but
in the
it's
garage
an
now.
electronic
Oh, my radio's
something.
not
yeah.
on.
No, it's not her.
Oh, maybe
It's
it's
probably something
you
through the
guys,
phone
yeah.
system. Yeah. It's definitely us. Thank you, Shirley.
Yeah.
Blame us. Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, it's not me.
I'm going to blame the guys who were in here before us.
Right.
It turns out there is
Jared
there's
Dick,
got to be
yeah,
something
they're good
that's
guys.
on there.
Yeah.
I
Jared
hear
Dick
it.
are really good guys.
Well, I know they're customers of yours.
Well, anyway, since you don't have any, so you said they should legalize it?
Yes, they should.
Might as well, or everybody else is buying it anyway. At least they can tax it, right?
I know. They should. Half of them are doing it now, so why not?
Oh, it's not, oh, you're saying half as opposed to 53.7%, according to your study.
Well, close, yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway, Shirley, just as the official weather horny toad here today, the weather in Shirley, Maine today is going to be 68, 45, and rainy, in case you want to head out that way.
All in the same hour.
Oh, boy.
It's
Doesn't
about
sound too good, no.
Yeah, it's north central Maine. You could actually, and a pan for gold still there. So if you're looking for some riches, that might be where to go.
She got pot in her garage there, Pete. She
Oh, that's
doesn't
right.
need
She's
gold
got the real
riches.
gold in her garage. I
She
forgot.
got the green gold.
Yeah.
She's the green gold. Well, we're waiting for Gunga to call. We got some questions to see
boy.
about him. And
Oh, yeah, Gunga call. Oh, I love Gunga.
he didn't.
I
who
love
doesn't?
Gunga.
Well, it was a more of a serious show with
Right.
tributes to veterans and for Memorial Day service. So, but at any rate, there was something about a. Oh, I know that. I got to save that for later about his panty raid that we still had questions
yeah.
on. That's still in the process of the details being worked out. So I hope you gals over at the beauty salon are wearing clean undies because when we come in unannounced riding on a camel,
Yeah,
you
we
know, it's-
better. Yeah,
It's not going to
we
be
never
pretty.
know when he's going to show up.
I read something this week that camels can eat cactus because their jaws are so strong that they could bite right through the needles.
You can imagine if they could do that with cactus, what they can do with a pair of woman's
That's
undies.
kind of what I was thinking.
All right, Shirley, I got to get rolling here.
Okay, well, good to talk to you, Pete.
Okay.
Good to talk to you, Shirley. Hope to see you again.
Okay, what's new in Antioch?
Oh, just same as here.
Uh-huh.
Lakeville, Antioch. Just be careful driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Shirley, we got to go.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. 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 Bye.
I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch. Hey, I got to read there was a article today about low unemployment. Everybody's looking for new employees, and they had a recent job fair, and many of the employers said they had more difficult time filling positions because of the unemployment rate has dipped so low. Well, what better way to seek new qualified hires? My friends at the yacht club, I told them I'd do this for them. The 60th annual Blessing of the Fleet is slated for tomorrow, beginning at 10:30. You know, they had the Blessing of the Fleet. A
Yeah.
couple weeks ago, we had the Blessing of the Motorcycles. And then if Gunga gets here, we'll have the Blessing of the Goats and Camels.
Sounds like a brilliant plan. I like it.
What the devil was that? Is he in heat?
Maybe we could organize a bikini camel wash.
Well, your night wasn't wasted after all, Pete. I mean, stayed up late and took notes. And anyway, it's going to be at the yacht club down on Simmons Island, and the boats will line up at the KYC dock to participate. And I know these guys are going to be upset because we lost Sea Scum 1 last year to a devastating dumpster.
Yes, a dumpster fire.
situation.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't catch on fire. There was nothing in it that would
It
burn.
should have, yeah.
But it was ended up in the dumpster, and it's now part of a landfill. But there is a Sea Scum 2.
In the works.
It's there.
It's
just,
there.
Well, it just hasn't been put in the water yet.
Okay.
And it's
Bless
up
it
by,
first.
It's up by that boathouse. Well, it's going to need a lot of blessing. We're not sure if it'll make it, that quarter mile over to the.
Right. Even on the trailer, right?
Otherwise, forget the Blessing of the Fleet. Then we're going to have a whatever they yabba dabba do when the thing goes down to the bottom of the river.
Send it down to James.
Last
Yep.
rights of the fleet.
The last rights of the fleet, and then I'll have to get my picture on the front page of the news about that. And
Well, you've had your face in the news so much lately, What's one more thing?
That's going to be a turnaround coming up in the next few days.
We're bringing it back?
No.
We missed your face so much we need it on the front page again?
I'm going to be exonerated. Yeah, I did it again.
Above the fold or below?
If my name was Freddie Jackson, I wouldn't even made the light of day. But
Right.
I make light of it but it'll all come out. And
Page 2.
page 2. Who used to do that on the news? Not Lee Harvey.
Paul Harvey.
Paul Harvey.
Paul Harvey, good
Lee
day.
Harvey, good day. Traumatic news. Traumatic. ABC cancels Roseanne after her bad taste of twittering, and apparently they're going to try to somebody's going to pick Roseanne up. What did she get? Like 12 million viewers.
I have no idea.
Highest rated.
They have
18 million. 18 million.
They have a forklift to do it. They'll be okay.
18.2. She just edged us out by
0.2.
by 0.2 million of our listeners. So maybe I could put on weight and put on a blonde wig, and I'll take Roseanne's place.
I know you've got the blonde wig. You wear the dress and the combat boots.
And
you're
I
in.
get my name in the paper.
Right.
What the
There
hell?
you go.
One more time in the paper.
What else to
Why
do?
not? This time for arts and leisure.
It's leisure.
Court dress like this.
Easy. Coming up this next week, June 2nd to 16th,
So today-
Bike to Work Week. You got to
Bike
ride
to
a bike to work.
No.
That's what it says. Kenosha County's upcoming Bike to Work Weeks.
Can it have a motor on it?
No, you might get away with that lame stuff in Antioch, but this is being done. This is by our wonderful county exec, Jim Cruiser, is promote healthy transportation alternatives. That's us. Raise awareness about bicycle safety. That's us. Encourage people to explore Kenosha County on two wheels. That's kind of us. Having beautiful places to ride. I think that's a great idea. So when you guys,
they did it down in Chicago last year.
anybody get shot?
2 years ago, actually. Actually, I think they do it every year.
And they have some safe cycling things when we get back after the City in Jeopardy is going to kind of
Touch
allude to
base on
some of
this?
they have
Okay.
safe cycling, like wear a helmet, ride with traffic, and use hand signals. Tips for motorists, don't hit anybody and splat them over the parkway. And
usually frowned upon.
Yeah, frowned upon.
Yeah.
Don't park or drive in bike lanes. And some of these kids, they're driving and there's no bike lanes. And if you want to play and be out there with the traffic, you're taking your life in your hands.
Right.
I mean, they're supposed to be governed by the rules of the road.
Right.
And I've seen kids on bikes not stop for stop signs and just kind of go through. And if a kid gets hit, what are they going to do? They can give him a citation, but then who gets the lawsuit?
And those racing bike guys with their spandex that clog up the highway, those are fun guys to get behind, too.
Now, wait a minute. Now, the girls wearing the spandex. There's a place for women in
never
sports.
lucky enough to see that.
If I always said there's a wonderful place in sports for women.
I'm sure.
Women's volleyball and yada, yada, yada. So we're going to take our first look at this first half
Time
hour.
flies when you're having fun.
And then we'll get back with City in Jeopardy.
All right.
Is that the right one?
Last time I checked.
Well, hello then, everybody.
Oh, you're back. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it.
This is Uncle
It's the same music we've been playing for 5 years, I'm sure.
I have a weather update.
Oy vey.
Where have I been? Wait, hang on.
Barely paying attention, I guess.
This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to... I got the attention span of a gnat.
I know.
Welcome to the June 2nd of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. Coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050. WLIP, spreading the love to over 1.4 million people living in the WLIP listening area that surrounds us here at Camp Happy Face. Also bringing you gas trolleys, backyard beavers, and saving the Kenosha Today nation from all the perils and do-over Kenosha. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of our fans who already signed up and have liked us on Facebook. Now, there's some warmth and kindness there.
Where?
On Facebook. Social media.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. We are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. See, Pete, how this thing just flows?
Right, just flows right out.
Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Filling in for Elmo, who is again away on assignment. Now, we're not really sure where he is. Maybe he'll call in.
I know
Right.
where it's at.
Well,
It's a secret assignment.
yeah, maybe he's...
You don't know?
I think he's doing...
Aren't you the person that sends him on assignment?
When a guy says he's doing undercover work, I ask no questions. So I can only
No
assume...
names, no questions.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to know. Anyway, Pistol Pete's from Antioch graces our presence. You got an update on the weather?
Yes, speaking of spreading the love, today is Take a Child Fishing Day in Wisconsin, just to learn that. So if you're heading up to Spread Eagle, Wisconsin, up near the UP up in Wisconsin, the weather up there is going to be 74, 48, and partly sunny. Doing my job as the weather horny toad here today.
I'd like to take some of these snot-nosed little kids and throw them off the bridge. To make, they come up, they think the boathouse is Chuck E. Cheese, screaming and hollering and disturbing an old guy like me. I got to have concentration.
Yeah.
That was probably
That was a production
him.
meeting.
I didn't know fish had ears that could hear all that.
Yeah,
There's
Ronnie-
probably a bunch of whiny kids that are like, man, those old guys won't shut up. All the cackling and hee-hawing. Yeah.
That was the spider told this one kid, hey, this ain't Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Nothing against Chuck E. Cheese, a wonderful establishment. or jumps, what's the jumpy thing?
Jumpin' Jack.
Jumpin' Jack,
Yeah.
Flash, whatever.
Monkey Joe's.
Yeah.
Monkey Joe's, yeah. Joining us this morning, my relationship. Oh, he's not here either. Also, Prince Harry's role model and mentor. We're going to get to something on Prince Harry, a Kenosha State Love Docker / Cabana Boy. Boy, as soon as we announced that you were now a Cabana Boy, your phone was just lighting up over there. Wow. What's the guy's name?
Yeah.
And, of course, engineering and board operating Kenosha train wreck this morning, as always, hanging on our every word, the pretty face of WLIP. Wacky Wayne joins us again from Antioch. We should just call this Antioch Today.
We could.
Do they have a radio station out there?
No. Actually,
There
that's
actually
not
is a
technically
radio-
true, yeah.
Yeah.
What do
There-
you
It's part of a church.
yes.
Oh, sure. What
Yeah.
What denomination?
One we will never be on.
Oh,
Yeah.
put me in. You don't think I could do well in the church? I know
I
some.
think you could probably call Little Ricky. Remember when he was in? I think he...
Little Ricky.
I know you have the attention span of the gnat, and now you have the memory of someone your age. That's way to show it.
I could. Me and the
How
Almighty.
many? Right, I
Go
know.
ahead. Me
Very
and-
close.
Me and the Almighty are very close. I would do well on a church show.
I bet.
I could. What if I just said God today and used the same material? God knows that I am not a sinner. What's that lightning going on out there? Coming up after the... see, I'm using all the character references I can get. Our weekly editorial segment as the city turns, and we only have high fives for you. How's that?
Oh, there you go. We only have high fives for you.
Also,
I'm ready for my dentist appointment.
Also known in the first half hour is won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And if you happen to mention today's Secret Word, we'll send you a $20 Boathouse gift card. And the show is being recorded, as we said.
Chances are for litigation. Yeah,
Litigational
definitely. With all
purposes
the...
But on occasion to blip out any words. Okay, let's take a phone call.
Good morning.
Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning.
Today.
Congratulations, Scott Barter. My understanding is that you are the new 8 to noon host Monday through Friday on 1050 WLIP.
What happened to my friend Leonard?
Well, there appeared to be some sort of an altercation at the end of yesterday's show between him and the program director.
Well, they'll straighten it out.
Are you sure?
Well, I don't hear about it. I mean, I was out golfing, and I don't know if I could do 5 days a week. I give Mr. Palmer a lot of credit for
I do too.
For 5 days a week and 4 hours a day, and having to. I only have to put up with Yahoo callers 2 hours, and I pretty much blow them off. So, but to try to create topics like he does, that's a real gift. I'm in all seriousness, but.
Well, I don't know if it just appeared that there was some tension there yesterday.
He's been here 20 years. There's been tension for quite a bit of time.
This business is full of tension.
Well, I don't know, but I just made that up. Besides, I'm pretty busy from 10
So
to...
you're denying that you're the new 8 to noon host?
I'm denying that, yeah. Because I got golf on mornings, and...
He has trouble getting through the windmill hole.
Yeah, I can... What's that?
The windmill hole
You
just
move that
kicks
to
the butt.
the afternoon.
No, I have to go off in the morning because I'm razor sharp in the morning. I kind of slough off, and besides, I gotta have the afternoons for my nap.
That's your razor.
Who is this, by the way?
Well, Paul from Racine.
Oh, Paul. Okay. Well, we'll see. I know. Well, if I show up Monday, I guess I do. But I don't. I wouldn't plan on that. I think they'll.
All right.
I think those guys are the. They'll get it. They'll get it together. It's part of the shtick,
They kind of need each other, hey?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. One needs the other more than the other one because I think there's a difference in pay. But anyway, that's not up to me, and I've got enough stress in my life just coming here for 2 hours on a Saturday. Besides Paul, I don't know if I could put up with Shirley and Irish Ruth and some of those other characters 5 days a week.
No, you can't be mean to Shirley.
I'm not mean to her. I talk about marijuana. I plug her business all the time. I'm all for promoting business, small business.
There's other callers who call it. There's that guy from Libertyville.
Gunga, my man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then I don't know, he's got some regular callers.
Well, sure. He's got a great following. He's like a cult
Yeah, he
leader.
does.
He's doing good.
Yeah, exactly. He's a cult leader.
Yes, probably said the
Have
wrong.
a good day, gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Anyway, after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, the top 10 ways to make Kenosha today more exciting. See? I'm just trying to be here and be a simple person that I am. And
Even more exciting than it is now?
try to taper down, Pete.
Oh, my gosh.
I see they got water in the Washington Bowl. It's all ready to go.
Oh, that's coming up. Thanks, Spider.
Yep.
And now, boys and girls,
Cabana boy there.
it's time to, put him on a lifeguard at the Washington Park pool.
Oh, Don.
Do you own swim trunks? Do you own swim trunks?
No.
Well,
He actually does. He has a Speedo. That's how he cabanas.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures. It's in all the wrong papers.
man, there's little kids that go there.
I know. It's going to be scarred for life.
There's a lawsuit waiting
All right.
to happen.
But all their grandmas are going to be really keen on Spider.
If you need a list of lawyers, Ronnie, call me. I got a
You've got a
unlimited
list.
supply.
Yeah.
I never go to public pools or beaches because every time I come out of the water, they throw me back in and keep me wet.
Hey, Mommy, can we feed them? And now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the Lightning Round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WIP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question. And you will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. And after that, you will hear the ding, Pete. Stay with us now.
I'm here.
And the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. I had a little bubble there.
Wow.
It came early today.
Yeah.
It's an hour sooner than normal.
Probably the donut holes.
Yeah. Located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. Open Monday through Fridays at 11 a.m. Featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. Enjoy. Hang on up here. Just wait. I'll keep. Look at he's got his hand, man.
I'm ready.
One ding and he's ready to go. And enjoy a beautiful waterfront view and stop in for their big Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast and Bloody Mary specials beginning at 7 a.m. until noon. And also if you're planning a party or a banquet, like a wedding or a funeral or a combination of both.
Sure.
Not that I'm suggesting that, if you get married in the morning, you'll probably be
Dead by the
cooked
evening.
by evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting that.
No.
Call 'em
Insinuating yes. Suggesting no.
Well, there's luck and there's luck, 262-654-9922. You can find them on the web at the Boathouse Kenosha, boathousekenosha.com. All right, here's the very sophisticated question. What is the number one Kenosha Today safety tip when riding your bike to work? The Kenosha News had these all in here. But this is the number one Kenosha Today safety tip when riding your bike to work. Now, Pete, have a backpack and sleeping bag in case you fall into a Kenosha pothole. B, use only your middle finger when yielding to the trolley. Or C, try to keep pace with Smokey and the Bandit. 262-694-1050. What is the number one Kenosha Today safety tip when riding your bike to work? A, have a backpack. Well, I have a caller, so I'll read it, Dan. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, I'd say it's B.
Wait a minute. We got who we talking to?
Joe the seldom employed plumber. It's losing his voice.
Well, Joe the seldom employed plumber. Are you from? I forget. You're from Illinois, aren't you?
No, don't pin that on me.
I'm sorry.
Hey now.
I'm out Lions Way.
You're what?
Out the
I'm
Lions
out
way.
Lions Way.
Oh, okay. What is the number one Kenosha Today safety tip when riding your bike to work? A, have a backpack and sleeping bag in case you fall into Kenosha pothole. B, only use your middle finger when yielding to the trolley. Or C, try to keep pace with Smokey and the Bandit. Joe, the unemployed plumber.
I'm going to say it's the A, the sleeping bag.
In case you fall into Kenosha pothole. Yes, that's a winner.
Winner.
Well, Joe, the seldom employed plumber, when's the last time you were gainfully employed?
I'm actually working today.
And you took time out from your busy schedule to call us?
I'm running to get some parts.
Oh, I mean...
So I do 2 things at once.
You're
Multitasking.
multitasking.
One of those guys, huh?
You must be married, Joe.
Trying to embarrass us now.
Yes, I am.
So you can let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You can work on a job, you can call me, and you can listen to your wife call and bring something home for dinner, right?
Oh, definitely. I've done it.
Well, you're quite the man. You should be up for husband, employee, and man of the year all at one same time.
Right.
So, Joe, are you going to take? How long you been married?
Almost 30 years.
Oh, you sound really.
I'm a newlywed.
You're pacing yourself, Joe. Are you going to take the missus with the certificate, or are you just going to come down and spend the $25 foolishly at one of our production meetings?
No, I would definitely bring the missus.
That's a good move. That's the safe play, Joe.
Yep.
That's a safe play. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna off the air. Wacky Wayne's gonna get your full legal name.
Okay.
And what does your wife call you? If you have a nickname of seldom unemployed plumber, what does she call you, or can't you say on the air?
Yeah. Bring more money home.
We can say it on the air. She calls me Brutus.
Brutus.
Oh, Brutus. Yeah. 30 years and you haven't lost a step, Brute. The big Brute. Well, God love you. And Wayne's going to get this, and I'll send this out to you on Monday.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks. And while he's doing that, I want to recognize Pete's Unioning from outside the region here.
Okay.
So we are expanding our horizons outside this little, I think you call this a studio or this closet, whatever we're
Sure, whatever
broadcasting.
you want to look at it as.
So,
Yeah.
cubicle.
I have family members listening from all the way in Des Plaines this morning.
Yeah, we reached down to Des Plaines.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have gotten it all the way down to Deerfield for sure,
Yeah.
and Glenview as well. So,
Well, God love you. Are these good family members? They like you?
oh yeah, well, it was my sister, so she has no
Well, then
choice.
she has to like you.
She has to like it. It's a rule. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to take that one? All right.
Good morning on Kenosha today.
Good morning, Uncle Scotty.
Who's that? Oh, Elmo's here.
Oh.
We want to know where.
On secret
He's on
assignment.
his secret assignment.
I was
calling in.
when you told me you were on you were doing undercover work. I just what the heck?
Yes, I'm on a secret assignment for the United States Geological Survey. They want me to find a virgin to try to throw in that volcano down in Hawaii to keep it from erupting.
So a virgin? Well,
He has
you
to
won't
travel.
find one in Kenosha.
He's gotta
So
travel
where are
far
you?
afield.
Things aren't going too good. I'm here with Captain Mike right now.
Oh,
So
jeez.
we've come up with Plan B, in that I need your blonde wig and red dress, and we're going to put it on the captain and threaten to throw him in the volcano and see if that will get the thing to stop erupting. And
There goes the state of Hawaii.
You should have talked. you should-
that's if we actually throw him in, it's going to blow the whole place to smithereens. So that's
You know, I'm going to tell you that red dress is a size 16, but I saw Captain Mike just yesterday, and he seems to
might
be.
be a little tight on him.
He's
Little
retaining
snug.
a little water, and so I think we're going to have to maybe put some alterations in there.
Yep.
You should have talked to me before you left. I could have solved that problem.
Yeah,
for
he's
you.
got his own red dress, and it's a little,
And I'm still a virgin.
and it's like you said, he's been married for 30 years.
Born again.
Well,
born
six,
again.
6 now.
Yeah, born again virgin.
Born
How about
again
that?
virgin. That's me.
Anyway, gentlemen, I got to get back in the search. So
Thank you
Good
for your
luck.
thank you for your remote visit.
Yeah,
Yep. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
yeah. I wonder if he's over there. He, like I said before, Captain Mike didn't have a shirt on over there. Though.
So now Elmo doesn't have a shirt on, and they're looking for virgins.
This is oh boy.
I see the Kenosha PD showing up any minute now. Glad I'm safe in this studio.
You're safe with me.
No, I'm just safe in the studio. I don't know about being safe with you.
Hey, did, after the big wedding last weekend?
Yeah, big wedding.
Here's a.
Did you get married? Did I miss it?
You-
I didn't get
yeah,
invited.
Yeah, you missed it. Yeah, it was a very small guest list.
Figures.
Well, Prince Harry and the Missus. What's her name? What's her name?
You did all your research. for the
Margle
show.
or Margle or whatever. her name
Meghan
is.
Markle.
Yeah, Margle. Yeah. Her.
Eminem.
Anyway, they're returning $9.3 million of wedding gifts.
Okay.
According to the monarchy protocol, the rule of gifts, they can't take it.
Okay.
And this is, I wish I'd known this before.
You sent your gift?
Yeah, I mean,
did
I
you
went
send
over.
them?
Well, I got it off Amazon at $9.99 special on toaster.
Gotcha.
And then I also got him the waffle maker from Walmart.
Yeah.
So now I got to go stand in the return line out at Walmart to get my receipt
Probably,
back, and
yeah.
I hope they kept the receipt because I gave them a gift receipt.
Right. Hopefully you kept the receipt.
So I did. I
You'll
spent
be
I
fine.
sprung for $9.99 for the toaster off Amazon.
Yeah.
And then I think it was rolled back. The prices rolled back on the waffle maker to about $8.88.
Sure.
So I got a lot of money invested.
I
Time in
know,
this.
right?
So now I got to go stand over there.
Horrible.
Deal with those people. See that's why I don't
Right.
have time to do a regular radio show. I am busy.
Right.
Well, they had to return the appliances because it's different electricity over there.
Well,
Right. You didn't send the adapter.
Right.
See, you inconsiderate gift
That's why
giver.
it's coming back.
Had you just sent the adapter, they wouldn't be returning it.
How
But
am I
no,
supposed- I mean, they don't use regular electricity like we do.
they have a different amperage
They have
over
different
there.
amperage.
What's an amperage? Amperage is amperage. Just plug it in. Don't you?
Yes. Then it starts on fire.
well, I'm not
we're-
going to be responsible for that.
Obviously, an inconsiderate gift giver
Yes.
didn't do the research first. Don't even know Prince Harry's wife's name.
Well, I put to whom it may concern.
Right. Right.
Well, Dennis calls in, and I thought every married woman goes by what's her name.
Right.
Especially in community property.
Hence why,
states.
hence why you're not married anymore.
What's your
That
wife's
makes
name,
perfect
Pete?
Suzanne.
Oh, sure it is.
Right.
Oh, see,
He's got it.
Oh, yeah.
He's
got
got
it
it
written
tattooed.
down. Yeah,
He's
right.
got it tattooed
Yeah,
on his
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the wedding, this British commentator, he dominated the royal wedding coverage, and he was actually exposed as Tommy from New York. His name is Thomas J. Mace Archer Mills.
That's his name?
That's what he was going by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His name is real Thomas Muscatello. Grew up north of Albany, where he studied politics and history. So he conned all these people that he was the royal wedding commentator. And people bought this up. He's a 38-year-old guy. And so he's also said he was served as chairman as the British Monarchist Society of Foundation, which he founded in 2012, which is bogus. And
That's American ingenuity right there.
He went to, when he was in college, he had developed this accent.
Sure.
And allegedly honed his skills as a high school production of Oliver.
All right.
And so he's over there, and where he gets this name, Mace Archer Mills, it was his last name is a concoction of relatives, friends, surnames, and he's also the author of 2 books of cocktail recipes. The first is called To the Queen, A Royal Drinkology, and the second, Their Majesty's Mixers, When They Rain, They Pour.
Okay.
And he told the Wall Street Journal as a child, his dad says you can do whatever you want to be in life. And I guess there's a perfect example.
And he did whatever he wanted to do.
I want to fool the monarchy.
To all those kids that are
Now,
graduating.
why is he making the news now?
Well, I found him out.
So is he in some sort of trouble, or they just said, oh, you're not really, that's great, buddy?
I don't know why.
No big deal?
Somebody sent this to me. I'm not sure if there's a correlation.
Okay, so
or
we
not.
don't. Okay.
262-694-1050.
So we have no idea what the actual end is or why it's in the news. We just know that.
Well, they found out this guy was a fraud.
Sure.
So anyway.
But
my big dilemma is now I got to take this, the toaster I can return to Amazon.
that's the important part. Yeah.
I can return the toaster because Amazon, you get the free return.
Right, sure.
What you call it. But the other one now I got to stand in line in the refund line at Walmart, and that's not going to be pleasant. That's a waste of my time. I should be out, guy with my ability should be out in the golf course instead of standing.
Actually, hanging out at Walmart may not be bad for you, Scotty. There's all those people of Walmart. You ever see that?
Yeah, the greeters.
You will fit right in with some of those people at Walmart.
When the reign of this show is over, that's my lifelong goal. This guy wants to fool the monarchy.
Right.
I just want to stand in line to be a greeter at Walmart.
Oh, I thought you wanted to be one of the people on the internet as a person in Walmart.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah. With my butt crack showing.
Right,
and,
with
and,
your butt crack showing, 2 kids hanging off each shoulder. Yeah.
Somebody would have to Photoshop that because really who would ever believe that I would do that? But
Should be a greeter at the boathouse.
I should be a greeter at the bonus.
Do they have a greeter at the boathouse?
No, but this was a true story before we go to break. This is
Yeah.
about 10 years ago. We did a show, a musical show, on a Sunday in the summertime from the parking lot.
Sure.
So at the time, the waitstaff was wearing these fancy Hawaiian shirts.
Sure.
So they gave me one, and I did that. When I came up on the deck, no less than 3 people asked me where the bathroom was. I said, follow me!
But you've been there so many times, it's not like you didn't know where the bathroom was.
Well, I just go there for the camaraderie.
You don't actually enjoy any of the services that they have there at Amen
I
Corner.
buy a few
Maybe
some
a light.
popcorn. They have the free popcorn and the water.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Watch the boats. And then,
Sure.
the biggest difference is now between now and, let's say, February.
Sure.
These same gals come in with these little skimpy halter tops
Yeah.
instead of the turtlenecks and the overcoat,
Okay.
And, boy, that interests me not. I mean, I have no interest in scantily clad young women.
No, not at all. They're way outside
We
your
about
skill
ready to
level.
take a break yet?
Why, you need a tissue and a cold shower?
Yeah, I need a chamois.
Yeah. Getting a little warm over here.
When we get back,
Thinking of the turtlenecks.
this was another thing from Britain. Oh, this is a judge. Oh, this is a real cutie. This gal.
You hold it up, but you hold it up behind my monitor like, here, check this one out. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what happens is apparently stabbings are up in the.
Well, yeah,
in
they
the
don't let
rate.
people have guns.
Well, what this judge wants to do.
Is give everybody guns?
No, she wants to.
That's a she?
Well, yeah, she's a.
That
real
picture's
looker.
a she?
Yeah,
I don't think that's a she.
that's from my.
That's,
That's, your sister.
that's a British she. No.
Yeah, well, look at the teeth.
Well,
Anyway.
yeah, I mean, there's that.
I don't want to tell everybody. I'm going to have to wait till after we get
Yeah,
back
'cause
before.
we're probably gonna do that
I don't
in
want to
about-
give away all my material here before. Howdy, if you just joined us, this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the June 2nd Pick-to-Click edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. Broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WIP on your radio dial. I guess it would have to be a radio dial. Where else would it be?
You still remember that song, huh?
It could be on your phone.
What's the song?
Yeah, he came out of that one perfectly fine. That other song at 10:30, you were like,
Yeah, it had me a little.
what?
You had me a little.
I don't remember this song.
I was a little perplexed.
I saw that, yeah.
Looked like the deer in the headlights.
Right,
you know?
exactly. Like, you just sat there silently staring at the bike like, do I talk into this thing? Where's my cue?
Let's see, where am I at here now?
Right.
Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services. Taking serious journalism to an all-time high, spanning the globe, reporting on national stories, state stories, local issues, and on occasion, you guys might stretch things a bit and try to make things up. Now, that's a real cry for help when you guys try to make stuff up. And,
What have we ever
That
made
would
up?
never happen.
Well, okay, I'll give you a possibility here.
No. I want you to cite examples in the last year.
Okay.
What have we made up?
I'm going to give you. When
All right.
Elmo called in. He's
Just
supposed
now.
to be away on vacation, on
assignment.
On assignment.
He's undercover.
And he claims
with Captain Mike.
He's undercover with Captain Mike, and they're looking for a virgin.
And they're shirtless.
Shirtless, looking for a virgin to
Undercover.
throw in the volcano in Hawaii.
Yes.
And you think that's a made up story, or you think that's truth?
That they're
Case
shirtless looking for a virgin? I think that's very true.
Well, you got me
Whether
there.
they're going to toss it into a volcano is another story, but
The volcano probably spit it out and say, "No, thank you."
volcano in parentheses, yeah.
And anyway, filling in for Elmo is all the way from Antioch. Is Pistol Pete.
Good morning, everyone.
So, how you made it through the first hour here?
Oh, yes.
He survived.
Yeah,
I
we should
think
get
I'll
we
make
should
it.
get shirts. I survived the Kenosha Today show.
Yeah, right.
Little buttons. Also with us, as he is each and every Saturday morning, every young kid's role model, our video coordinator, Spider Ronnie, the Love Doctor / Cabana Boy. Hey, maybe you ought to get over with Captain Mike since you're the Cabana Boy.
Yeah, go oil him up.
Yeah, go
See you
oil
later,
him.
Ronnie.
Throw him some new towels.
Put some stain on there.
Yeah. You're probably due for another stain coming up here in the end of the month. And performing as both our engineer and board operator, a role model in his own right, Wacky Wayne graces our presence. As I always do, once a week, ask the question, any reason why the Lord should be weeping this morning?
Only if he tuned in today.
Well, this is going to be G-O-D today.
I know it is.
I'm gonna-
You're moving forward.
I've got this-
WGOD.
WWGOT.
Somehow I don't think they're going to allow the station to change call letters like
He's
that.
got a droopy mic.
Oh, he's got a droopy mic, Pete. Oh, you got to hate
They
it.
make
no.
a pill for that.
Yeah.
We can't cover Scotty's face.
Oh, Lordy.
See how mine
There we
is
go.
regulated here?
Or unregulated.
This
as
is
the
a
case
very
may be.
professional show.
Very professional.
You ain't going to find a more professional show than this. Let's see. The status of this morning's secret word challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And if you just happen to get lucky and say this morning's secret word, we're going to send you a $20 Boathouse gift card.
Maybe.
This is where I say, do you get lucky, punk?
Do you
And
feel-
there's usually a drop in there.
See, you
that
want me?
miss.
You keep on wanting me to find this drop, and I don't think we've got one. Maybe one of these days I'll look for it.
Hey, how's this, boys and girls? This is written in our home office at Amen Corner. Where gray hairs matter, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category. These are the top 10 ways to make the Kenosha Today show more exciting. See, wait a minute.
Oh, you don't want to
Back.
start that yet?
No,
Okay,
I
hold
want
on.
to build up the actual.
Right. Okay. Hold on.
Or of course,
Little
you gotta-
premature.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we probably
here we
could have
go.
story of my life
We
there.
could have probably fired it off, and you would have rattled right through it, been on time. But we'll see how it goes. All right.
Let me save myself and take this call first.
You want to save yourself a little bit? All right. Let's save you. Hold on. There we go.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
This is Ganga from Libertyville.
Gunga, my man.
We were
Gunga.
waiting.
Hey, is there a rivalry between Libertyville and these guys from Antioch? Or do you guys get along pretty good?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, we get along pretty well. We just all avoid Gurnee.
Oh,
Yes.
oh geez, that's where we're
Maybe.
supposed to be going, Pete.
I was wondering,
Yes.
you should have a contest every week. Guess my underwear.
Guess your underwear?
What if you don't
Yes,
have any?
not mine, but yours. What color it might be, what brand it might be, what kind of pattern it might be, hearts, maybe polka dots.
And
You could really stump your listeners.
and what do we give away as a prize to this?
Your underwear.
Oh, I got to strip down and send it
I
on?
would be willing to have some.
So,
May I guess?
you know what happens, though? So I go, let's suppose for the moment, hypothetically, that some young gal calls in and wins and I got to send it to her. Then I have to go over to the post office, and they always say, is this hazardous? How do I...
Well, wash it.
oh,
You
no,
know,
that's
you
a
might be
stretch.
onto something. There is a skivvies maker
You,
company.
you
in
know,
Kenosha.
Shirley called in earlier, and she's waiting for us to come over with this panty raid. And I said our big concern is those gals don't wear panties.
Yes, they were a type of dependable panty.
Gunga, you're stuttering. Are you okay, buddy?
Gunga's so excited.
I'm getting all wound up.
Hey, this is an article, as long as I got you here. There was a couple, this was out in California, that ran a nudist spa. And they've been doing this for 10 years. And the money made from the nudist, it's an upmarket village, proceeds for the crime. And a judge declared this off limits. And their city council actually tried to shut this thing down. And they got a great picture of you and Clyde, your camel, in here. So,
Yes. The reason he tried to shut it down is he was not allowed.
Clyde wasn't?
The judge was not allowed to participate in our sexual ganders.
Gonders?
Yes.
That's a mountain.
Hey, did you buy Prince Harry and what's her name a gift for the wedding?
Certainly not. They've got enough loot.
Yeah. So what's going on in your world these days?
Well, I'm about to brush my teeth and then roll out of. Then I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then let's see here. I might come over to Shirley's and check out her panties
Hey, let me ask you this.
and the raid.
Yeah. What's the first thing you do in the morning? Do you go to the bathroom, or do you brush your teeth, or do you take a shower? I mean, or how do you do that? Do you have a routine?
What is today? Saturday?
Yeah.
Yes, I defecate.
I'm glad you. Wayne, are you listening to this?
I'm trying not
Keep
to.
your hand on the blip button, for
No,
God's sake.
no, come now.
At what point do you put the turban on?
Yes, those are Sundays before we pray.
Hey, there's been some talk and some rumors that we're going to turn this to a religious show, a WGOD. Are you in? Is there like a altar boy?
Yes, I'll bring my praying mat over from the gas station.
Praying mat from the gas station?
Yes, I am an Indian, but not Cherokee nor am I Apache. I am a gas station.
Hey, I think you would be a great guest speaker at our first church encounter group and bring in the 9 wives and talk about all the evils of sin in marriage.
Well, I think you can do that on your own.
Hey, I'm the big kahuna.
That's not what she said.
That is not the story I heard either.
I don't know about that.
Well, I guess this is going nowhere fast, huh?
Yes, well, are we going somewhere?
It petered out.
To the Charm Beauty Salon. I'll meet you there in 10 minutes.
All right. Say goodbye to Camel, or your Camel Clyde.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All
Have
right.
a wonderful day.
All right.
Bye,
See you,
Gunga.
Gunga.
All right, now we were at the process of talking about the top 10
Yes.
ways to make the Kenosha Today show more exciting. And
Right.
after weeks of cramming, I think we only started with 3.
Right.
Because, when you get to the...
Where we are.
Where we-
How do you get better?
Well, you put the bar in the middle and you taper down from there.
No, it's supposed to put in the bar low. Okay, we got to put the
So
bar
after
low
a few beverages, we came up with a few more.
Okay,
The new and improved.
Start the music.
sure.
Top 10 ways to make the Kenosha Today more exciting. Number 10, devote an entire show to Kate Smith requests.
Ooh.
We did last week, huh? Number 9, put duct tape over the blimp button.
Oh, forgot that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Number 8,
Oh, yeah.
more lively discussions at production meetings on the use of tinfoil on the antenna. Number 7, allow Pistol Pete, Gunga, and the Prince of Pakistan, well, he is the Prince of Pakistan, to host an on-air panty raid. We should do that on air. This
Right.
is a radio show. Who's going to know us?
I've been known as the Polish Prince.
Oh, well, he's the Prince of Pakistan. Number 6, change the name of the show to Trolley Palooza. Number 5, feature Carrot Top, Howie Mandel, and Pam Oliver on Stump the Chumps. See, I'm fair.
There we go.
Number 4, encourage listeners to get more therapy. Number 3, More on-air trash talking with Kenosha News reporters. That's number 2. Allow board operators the freedom to snack on their own roadkill anytime you want. That's it.
That would be better, yeah.
And the number 1 way to make the Kenosha Today Show more exciting, cut the power to WLIP every Saturday morning
There
from 10
you
to
go.
noon.
There, see, you almost were perfectly timed. That was great.
See, I had to-
There we
Good
go.
job.
That's me. Oh,
This once.
I just get the old adrenals going.
Right, once a year, you
In a
get
s-
it right.
That's about it.
All right.
Since I was ringing the bell, I have some updated weather news.
All right, Pete, go ahead.
The weather in Ding Dong, Texas today, which is close to Killeen, will be 103 and 76 with total sun. So make sure you wear your sunscreen.
Oh, that's way over. I don't wear sunscreen. That's for sissies.
So is skin cancer.
So if we're looking to go to Ding Dong, it's 103 in the sun.
103
Huh?
in the Ding Dong.
Come to Barter Manor and wear whatever oils you want. I don't care.
It's 103 at Barter Manor all the time. Yeah, all right.
Accumulated
Hot
30
tub.
days.
In the hot tub.
You know my hot tub is I have a backyard sprinkler and I put a flashlight on it.
Okay.
You want to impress your guests.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Right.
Spider here, or did he take a dive here?
He's taking a nap.
Oh, I'm doing a Me TV quiz.
Oh,
Oh.
well, he's right with us.
Yeah. Right
Good
on
thing
top
he's
of
listening.
things.
Well, then I'll lead into this. We welcome KRS Painting Corporation, specializing in commercial.
Pete's sad because time's
Yeah,
flying
time's
by.
flying
He's
when you're
like,
having
man.
fun. Wow.
And you might not want to use this on a resume in case you're going to go apply for a radio
Right.
job. In fact, if you next time you have the family over.
It's going to be really hard for me to move on from this. Probably going to be stuck here for life.
So where'd you?
The only way Pete got out was because I was looking to get in, and they're like, "Hey, here you go."
So after what college you go to for broadcasting?
It was Illinois Media School.
In an old media school. So you got that in your resume.
Yeah.
So the only thing else you got is we're board operator here in the Kenosha Today
Right.
Show. And that ought to propel you to new heights.
Yeah.
And anyway, where was I at here? Look, boys and girls, the clock on the wall here at Studio A says it's 11:19, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for all our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. And if you're successful in stumping the chumps, you will then have the privilege and high honor, like Pete here, and joining us as a guest host in an upcoming show. And tell the folks what a real thrill this is.
Oh, my gosh. I can't take it anymore.
You've been to the bathroom 4
Unbelievable.
times.
We've had to get him a tissue at least once.
Well, going to the bathroom
comes
4
back-
times because of the pills they gave me yesterday, but that's a whole different story.
And he's flushed, and there's sweat beading on his forehead. Yes.
He's going to go home. You're going to have to explain to your wife where you really were.
Right.
Don't drag my name into this.
Up at the airport lounge.
What's the place on the border?
Oh, I've never
What's the
been
place on the border?
Never been there.
On the border.
Never
There
been
we
there.
go.
Never been there.
Oh, yeah, sure. I saw your picture there. Frequent flyer.
I was dancing in the senior division there one night, and this little 80-year-old lady, instead of throwing dollars, she's trickling change down my G-string there.
Right, yeah.
Kind of tickled me a little bit.
I once worked at Chippendales.
You were Chippendale?
Yes, what I did is I took all my clothes off and said I'm not putting anything else back on until I make $500 tonight. And I made $500 in about a minute and a half.
I'm going about this all wrong.
Doing it the
You're
wrong
doing
way.
it backwards.
Right.
Jesus. I gotta come up with an.
You're trying to take your clothes off for money. You need to be putting them on
There
for
you
money.
go.
There you go.
I
See?
gotta use reverse
Psychology.
Psychology. Yeah,
There you
thank
go.
you. Anyway, this is a huge opportunity for our audience to bring something of intelligence, sophistication, and prove to the rest of the Kenosha Today nation that we are barely smarter than a 5th grader. And I don't think we have to officially.
No, they're pretty clear right
yeah,
now. Yeah.
We're going to take your trivia question or a song title, and the first caller to successfully stump the chumps, which this morning consists of Pistol Pete, Spider Ronnie the Cabana Boy, and Wacky Wayne, and of course myself.
Right.
And the phone lines are clear, 262-694-1050. Now here's the You know what? Even though this isn't one of our more popular segments,
Right.
I'm sticking with this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you just don't disregard
You
something
brought
after
it back.
5 years.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I
Well,
think-
you took it away for a little while there.
Well, because I didn't sell it right.
Right. Yeah. He did the boring sell. You're like,
Yeah, we're
and
gonna have
if you
stump
want to
that down.
call
Yeah,
in.
all right, Bubba.
Go ahead and
Well,
call
while
it
we're
in.
262-694-1050.
You can stump the chumps too, if you want. Whatever.
You can tell I've had broadcast experience.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well trained. Well trained. You've been doing TV for what, 20-something years now?
Yeah. But,
You'd think by now you would have gotten the hang of it.
well, and back in those days, we could edit.
Right.
You know what the best program of the TV show was? The laugh track that we put in
Oh,
afterwards.
yeah, I bet.
Oh, see, somebody's calling in.
Somebody's
Watch this.
calling.
They are. Maybe they're going to.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Sue from Kenosha.
Hi,
Sue,
Sue.
do you want to try to stump the chump, Sue?
Yes, I have a riddle.
Okay, hang on. I got to do some
Riddle.
Sue
Riddle
from
me this.
Kenosha. All right, a riddle. What's the riddle?
2 American coins add up to 30 cents. One is not a nickel.
The other one is.
2 American coins.
The other one is. He already got it.
Yeah, one's a quarter and the other one's a nickel.
How about that, Sue?
Well, I think you got me.
Hey, you know what though? If let's just hypothetically say that you won, would you want to join us for an hour?
Yes.
Seriously?
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
We're not
Scotty's
kidding
been-
now.
We got
Scotty's
another
been looking
buddy.
to get a female perspective
you know,
in
we've
here
had
because
all
it's
these-
always dudes
All
in
these
here.
years we've had primarily a male-dominated, oriented, not dominant. Well, I guess we dominate. With our opinions, we welcome a female
Perspective.
perspective. All off the air. Are you? What is your background? Are you a teacher or a psychologist or a therapist or what?
No, I worked in the food service industry.
Okay.
I was going to say hitman for the mafia. That would have fit right in, but I guess food service industry's okay too. Yeah.
Kind of.
We won't do a background check, but
Sue, I have a question for you. Don't you believe that everyone in their life should at least wait on tables or bartend once in their life just to know what it's about?
Yes.
I have done that job a few times, and boy, it can get frustrating.
It's a lot of fun, though.
Oh, it is. It is.
well, what do you think of women in sports announcing? Do you think women like Pam Oliver and some of these news and weather bunnies, you think they belong there?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, maybe the men don't think so, but
Oh no, we're gonna have a great discussion about women's views on a whole lot of things if we'd like to. Sue, are you there?
Oh,
Thinking it over. All right, here's what we're
is
gonna
this on?
do. Off the air, Wayne's gonna get your name, a phone number, and give me. You have an email,
yes, I do.
and then I will contact you Monday, and we'll set up a time maybe before and maybe in the next couple of weeks when you come in.
Okay, that sounds good.
And you will start at 10, and you can stay to what, 10:05, 10:06, whatever.
Whatever you want.
Until no,
Until we
I think
scare her away.
I think this will be fun, and we really needed a female.
Okay, say hi to Captain Mike if you hear from him again.
Well, he's right now he's bare chested, and they're thinking of throwing him in this volcano out in
Him and
Hawaii.
Elmo are
Him and Elmo. You know who Elmo is?
Half naked. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Well said.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so hang on. He's going to get you an email, and I'll send you an email on Monday.
Okay.
All right, we'll do that. Big thank you to. See, we actually had a player.
Oh, you're right.
Going to come in here.
Player, yes.
Big thank you, Bonnie. Just chicken scratching down here. Is that lowercase?
Yes, just chicken scratch. Can you read the letters?
Yeah.
Then it's not chicken scratch.
You know, I'm going to have to be on my best behavior if we're bringing a gal in here.
Sure you are.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah.
I'll even take
Yeah, it'll probably be like when JumboJimTronman.com brought the girls in here and you were on your best behavior, trying not to have a heart attack.
Well, I mean, they didn't have a lot of clothes on, so
Right, and one touched you, and then the show. Basically, I had to carry the show because you couldn't do your job anymore.
Oh, so I was drooling. Big deal.
yeah, I know, right?
Nitpicking again.
Right.
No,
If-
I'll be in my best behavior, and I'll have to have.
sure.
I'll let her bring in her own topics too. You know, we're fair. aren't we?
Yeah.
We'll give
Right,
her
sure.
3-4 minutes.
Of course.
That's all
it
Scott
takes.
needs.
That's all it takes.
30-second man.
There's a song like that.
You know, I'm pretty proud of you, Wacky Wayne, that you knew that. 2 American coins make 30 cents, and it was a quarter and a nickel.
A quarter
And the other one's a nickel.
Yeah, see, that was my guess. That's what I was going to
I
come
know.
up with. See. Well, anyway, I was going to get back to this judge. The judge's name is
yes, the
something.
judge in England.
Yeah, it's Judge Nick Madge, and he says laws designed to reduce the availability of weapons.
I thought you said it was a woman.
She looked like he looked like a woman.
Okay, so he was a woman until. So it's a transgender story.
Maybe.
Well, anyway, he says the would-be offenders had almost no effect since the vast majority were merely taking knives for a cutlery jar. Well, here's what this guy wanted to do. He wanted to outlaw knives with points that were sharp. How can you stab nobody?
No.
How you gonna cut your meat?
Yeah, right.
With a sport.
You don't eat your meat.
He says acknowledging.
How do you get any pudding? If you don't eat your meat, you
get
can't
all
have
the
any
jokes out of the way
pudding.
because when Susie gets
Hey,
here,
oh, no.
when
Sue?
Susie, I won't.
Sue is dominating this show between my
Yeah,
sister,
she's not
my
even
wife,
here.
the Sue here.
Anyway, this guy says we need 8 to 10 inch knives with no points, and he says if you're would you consider preventing the sale of long pointed knives? Now, if you're married, you don't have a full set of knives sitting around.
No,
Jeez,
never.
That's just the
Yes. And
Inviting disaster.
the Lorena Bobbitt of, of Antioch.
No vases, no knives,
Baseball bat.
baseball bats.
Does your wife have a tendency to throw things?
No, not anymore.
She did. Now all the things are broken.
Once she threw
so-
out her elbow, then it was over.
Hey, Tommy John surgery to fix her arm from throwing all these vases. We're almost at the time for our last break.
Yeah.
Right.
This was a story of a 30-year-old man who actually was evicted he was living with his parents, and he wouldn't move out. He had no job.
Saw that on the news.
And Michael Rotondo, I think this guy was in New York. Actually, yeah. He was in New York,
Phil
Right.
show.
and he was on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, the whole family was.
Wow.
Was he on there?
Yeah, the parents and the kid.
Well, I'm going to be on Dr. Phil's show. This guy, he's a loser. He's 30-year-old.
This was wild.
And the judge actually evicted him.
Yeah.
He told him to get the heck out of
Get
your
out
own
of-
parents' house.
right.
Get a job.
Well, they had to take him to court. He wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to cite like renters' rights and stuff. He doesn't pay rent.
Yeah.
He's a freeloader.
What a loser.
The update to that story is he did finally
Right,
move
just to
out.
get him out of the house.
Yeah, just over the years.
But 6 months it
Right.
took him to
No,
evict
yeah,
him.
right. He finally moved out this week because his parents moved and threw away some of his toys.
Oh, yes, Legos.
Yes,
Wasn't it? Yeah.
it was some kind of little dolls or whatever.
So this is a advice. See, I'm already preparing for Sue when she gets here. To all you gals, when you're going to send your loser husband packing,
Right.
take away his toys.
That's right.
Just take away his toys. I think the reason he's leaving
you
is
go.
because you already took away the important toy.
Oh. That brings me to another story, and we'll get back to this.
Segues right nicely into this.
This is, and then we'll get back to this. I'm just going to
Oh,
dangle
yeah.
a carrot.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
they
yeah.
say.
Right.
American Bible Society two employees, this is a memo, abstain from sex outside marriage or resign.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
yeah.
And heading down the home stretch on the Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. If you just joined us, this is the June 2nd edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live and streaming worldwide and to over 1.4 million people residing in the WIP listening area. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters filling in for Elmo is Pistol Pete from Antioch.
Good morning.
So you made it through almost the full 2 hours, Pete.
I'm going to make it.
Make
I
your
feel it.
family mighty proud of you.
I hope so. Or very disappointed, one or the other.
Next time you have a family outing, they're going to be waiting on you hand and foot. Hey, by the way, speaking of foot,
Yeah.
how's the missus over there?
She's getting there. She's allowed what was it, last week? She's allowed to put weight on it. So she's actually started moving around a little bit. She started doing the dishes.
I think
cooking
dishes,
dinner.
That's
Yeah.
lame.
Yeah.
You should have had her. She's
Mowing the
been gold
lawn.
bricking out and mowing the lawn.
Right.
After the day after that cast was.
I know.
Put that boot where.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be able to sit down while I'm here.
Of course, from the galaxy called Spider Dome, the Love Doctor Cabana Boy. Hey, now when Sue gets here, all you guys, not Pete, you won't be here, but
No.
Spider, and you're going to have to behave yourself. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what-
right. He's going to be behind the curtain making a waffle. All right.
I think I have an.
There's a girl here. Oh. A lot of grunting
come with
and
the
groaning.
barnyard noises, scaring her off. This is no. This
She
is,
stopped listening.
Right.
She won already. She.
Yeah.
No.
Well, she volunteered. Where are we at here? Every Saturday morning, I guess.
Squirrel!
Also, if you happen to miss this Saturday show, you can tune in to AM 1050 WLIP tomorrow at noon. Listen to the replay. There's no football game on tomorrow, so you can.
No. Maybe Canadian football.
And don't forget to join the Kenosha Today Nation and like us on Facebook. The status of the Secret Word Challenge to win a $20 Boathouse gift card is still yet to be unnamed. Okay, do I dare let you do this? Remember, I don't want to pay out.
Oh, all right. So go back to the 70s. There's a famous movie called Marathon Man. It is the most famous line from the movie.
Well, geez, you can look that up. Pete,
They won't be able to look that one up.
did you ever hear of a thing called the internet? It's really catching on these days.
Does
It's
it start
been
with
out there.
www?
Yeah. And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's special editorial segment, High Five Zingers and Doofuses. Today's headliner, as the city turns like the sands in the hourglass in the days of our... And this week, we only have 3 high fives.
That's right.
Yes.
And the first high five goes to Bristol School's 7th grader, Colin Cadell, who, along with his classmates, put together a tribute wall to honor the fallen comrades from Iraq and Afghanistan. These kids created a memorial wall typing in the names of over 6,700 soldiers who paid the ultimate sacrifice. And get this, it wasn't even a class assignment, as they did this all on their own. And so to Bristol's 7th graders, we salute you.
Hoorah and ooh-yah.
Oh, yeah. And our second high five goes to all the recent students who have graduated these past weeks. And so now your lives begin, and everybody's destiny is in your own hands. The cemeteries are filled with headstones from people that never took a chance to go to a college because somebody said they weren't smart enough. Or the person who never applied for a job because someone said they weren't qualified. Or the special person that you never got to know because someone said you weren't good looking. To that we say, poppycock. Just remember, you're only limited by your inability to do whatever it is you want to do in life. To our graduates, we salute you and say, go for it. And our third high five goes to the Sporland, if I hope I pronounce it right, family out in Brighton for hosting this year's dairy breakfast on June 16th. This year's breakfast will welcome more than 3,000 visitors with a good old-fashioned farm breakfast, which includes a menu with all the fixings served by over 75 volunteers. The Sporland family, now in its 3rd generation, is home to over 300 head of milking cows, produced over 24,000 pounds of milk a day. And so to all our high fives this week, we salute you and thanks for making Kenosha the best community in all of Wisconsin. And there you have it, folks, as the city turns for this Saturday, June 2nd, 2018. I'm Scotty Barter, and I approve this message. Let's see. We're going to have some female topics for... Well, let her bring her own topics.
Right. There you go.
You'll talk to her on Monday. You'll email back and forth. Maybe she'll be in next week.
Yeah. I might as well.
Maybe she'll come in on the 30th or the 7th of July.
Do we? Yeah, when by the way, we're going to be off on the 30th. And,
There you go.
That's convenient.
Do we have a scanning thing? You know, when you come in, where they scan you. What do you call it?
Did you beep when you walked in the door?
I beep wherever I go.
Yeah.
metal scan.
No, there's no metal detector.
Yeah. I'm not going to. I don't know if she's married. I don't know anything about this gal. So we.
Obviously.
Well,
You're just a caller. You
go.
have to do your research.
That's something to talk about.
the less I know, the better off.
All right.
This will be.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
If it makes you feel better, go for that then.
that'll make her feel better. Let's see. Oh, we're getting back to the American Bible Society.
Yes.
Sent a memo to their employees: abstain from sex outside marriage, or you'll have to resign. And this is out in Philadelphia, nonprofit that distributes Bibles around the world. Now, see, if we go to a Bible type, God type show, I'm not going to ask you guys to abstain from sex because you marriage guys probably already have to, are forced to abstain from sex. Or I'm not going to ask you to resign.
Right.
No.
And in a recent policy made public, the organization defines marriage as only between a man and a woman. Did you know, I found this out, this is true, in the state of Wisconsin, when they made what they call marriages between
civil union.
Yeah, it can only be it can't be between two opposite sex. You have to be the same sex. I forget what the term I'm looking for. Domestic partners.
Domestic partnership.
To be considered,
Okay.
you have to go down to the courthouse, pay $70,
Right.
and fill out a form and declare yourself as a domestic partner. But you cannot be opposite sex.
Oh, all right.
And you can't take sheep and goats.
Yeah, that's probably frowned upon.
That's
Yeah.
frowned upon. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, the employees that don't commit to the terms of this by January 1st, 2019, they're going to be told they're done, and 9 employees have left already.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't think you can legally tell a person what to do with their sexual life, can you?
Obviously, they can.
Well, it hasn't worked for me.
Wow. That's because you're trying to tell somebody else
do
what to
something
do.
first before you're
I'm
abstaining
begging
from
and
that.
praying now.
Right.
What's the spider? Come on. Let's see what else we got here. Snoop Dogg was in the news. He
yes.
broke the Guinness Book of Records for the largest gin and juice. Snoop Dogg and rapper Warren G.
Sure.
Teamed up to world's largest gin and juice. And this cocktail contained 180 bottles of gin, 154 bottles of apricot brandy, and 38 3.78 liters jugs of orange juice. You know what I call that at the boathouse?
Good start.
That's your first start, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Monday.
Right.
And topped with giant drinking straw, pink and garnished with pineapple and a melon on a sword. I wonder what this sold for. 5 feet tall, 3 feet wide.
Somehow I don't think they sold it. Invite a bunch of people over to drink it.
Well, that says a lot about the Snoop Dogg's career, where
Right.
he's going. Maybe we should. Elmo had this thing. What's going on with my head? Oh. Elmo had a project. He wanted to have the world's largest meatball.
Yeah.
There was going to be 2,000 pounds, and he was going to get some meat donated, and he was going to put this on a flatbed
Yeah.
and see if we could grill it in force somehow. And you know what? That's the same guy that's working on the project for the Weather Bunny.
Right.
So probably won't see the light of day on
You
that one either.
obviously put the wrong guy on it. Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, and by the way, the big piano contest that's going on in downtown.
Yeah. How's
Tickler
that
Ivies.
going?
Well, this is next week. They're supposed to roll these things out.
Okay.
And according to the city ordinance, each pianist better pay $150 to have a permit, because if they're going to sit on the sidewalk.
Did they already do that?
Well, they're rolling them out this week.
Right.
This next week. So
yeah, but
I don't
wouldn't
know.
they have had the permits in already?
Well, you'd think so. But
But-
I'm going to check.
You are. You didn't check yet.
I just thought of it.
So you're just throwing it out there now.
Did you ever have what they call these brainstorms?
Yeah, but you've been talking about how much you really wanted to make sure that they had those, proper licenses and
That's right, because you know me,
Yeah.
I'm all about being proper.
right, right. You've been talking about it ever since they started this program back in February. So
And we are going to have
you're
our
just now going to go look into it.
well,
all right.
I've been busy.
I know.
And I'm going to we're going to have our own version of our own piano. We're gonna,
Right next to Sea Scum too, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's going to this article in the paper, I should have cut that out. They said these pianos are weather resistant.
Yeah.
How do you make a piano weather resistant?
Carefully.
Latex.
Latex.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, here's
That's
the
right.
latex thing.
Oh, that's right.
Or polyurethane.
Polyurethane. Well,
Oh, see, now we're going to get into a technical discussion about polyurethane and how well it resists the weather.
all of these things
Oh,
are going
boy.
to do.
Yeah,
they're
how many
gonna have,
base coats, yeah.
15 of them out there. As long as they got the permits, and if somebody trips,
Right.
there's been known in downtown Kenosha along 6th Avenue, on occasion, there's some people that have been overserved coming out of those little places at midnight.
Are you
so
saying
I've heard this.
They've been overserved?
Been overserved and might fall into hit their head on a
I
piano
don't
and
know about
another
that.
lawsuit. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today. Oh,
Okay.
There we
Guess
go.
not. They
That's the end
decided
of
they
that
didn't
one.
want to. Maybe I got to them one ring too late.
okay. Well, while you're doing
Say
that,
lovey.
262-694-1050. This guy, this was in the Chicago Sun-Times. He's suing McDonald's for $5 million because he goes in and he says there was an issue. He says he wants a hamburger, and they give it to him with cheese. He says, I didn't want a cheeseburger. I wanted a hamburger.
Okay.
Well, that's certainly worth $5 million.
Oh,
litigation.
sure.
I totally see that
And he
as
says,
$5 million. Yeah.
if I wanted a cheese on this thing, I'd order a cheeseburger. And the people at McDonald's says, this is in a federal court. And wasn't this, McDonald's sued some time back because a couple years ago when some lady was going through the drive-thru and spilled coffee on her
Right.
lap?
Yeah,
She got some ungodly
Right.
amount of money.
Right.
Geez, this when the day we're living in, where anybody can sue anybody at any point in time.
It's terrible.
That's terrible. Anyway, $5 million, and if anybody has a comment on that,
One big damn conspiracy.
attaboy, Wacky Wayne. I knew you.
Had a button around here somewhere for that.
This I found some old restaurant chains that aren't here anymore. Remember the Red Barn?
Oh, years
Remember?
ago,
It
yes.
started in 1961, expanded to 22 states, and they started with the double burger, the Big Barney. And here's a trivia question: the Red Barn was the first one to open up a salad bar, and then they renamed it to the Farm, permanently closing in 2015.
All right.
Wow.
See, we're a wealth of information.
Sure.
We're just not just here whistling.
Nope.
Again.
How can that happen?
I don't know.
They just still want to talk to me.
No.
Maybe.
Remember Lums?
Yes.
Actually started as a hot dog stand in Miami that morphed into a restaurant chain. And actually the ingredients were for the world's best hamburger from Oliver Guinea something or other in 1971. Place called Bill Knapp's. I don't remember this. It was only in 5 states. Actually, they had some in Illinois.
Right, there
Began,
was 2 in Illinois.
1948. Closed its doors in 2002. Remember Chicken
Right.
Delight?
Oh, yes.
Founded in 1952 in Illinois. Don't cook tonight called Chicken Delight. What the heck was that?
That's Ronnie doing his animal impersonations
You know,
again.
he was over for the Kenosha State picnic, and he was talking about all these farm animals. I thought it was actually out there on the farm.
Just to show you how old I am, back when UHF first came out, Chicken Delight was a big sponsor on on Channel 32 in Chicago.
Oh, yeah, WFL.
Right.
Let's try this. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Yeah, Sat, this is Joe from Kenosha.
Yeah, Joe.
And you know Lum's famous saying was?
Okay, go ahead.
They're hot dogs steamed in beer.
Steamed in beer?
Steamed in beer, oh.
Oh,
That was their forte. That was their
Claim to fame.
advertising thing.
really?
Okay.
How about that?
And it was a great hot dog too, and the beer was good too.
Why do you think? And then I had another one, Bill Knapp's, which I never heard of. But there, and then these Red Barns and Chicken Delights. Why do you think all of those went by the wayside? Was it the coming of the McDonald's or the dominance of Burger King or something?
Right. But, yeah, the big ones, pretty much, because but they also make the really small independents better, like the Big Star and the Spot and places like that.
You know, you talk about the Big Star, and that is a very unique business. They close on Labor Day.
Right.
And everybody says, if you stayed open you could probably stay open till October, but they open in the last week of February. And the day they open, that place is just packed.
Right. Freezing
Oh
cold.
yeah, it's just like the Dairy Queen on Sheridan.
Yeah.
They shut in the wintertime. When they open the spring, they get swamped.
But going back to some of the other ones, the Spot, and, they have used the same recipe for their meat, for example. When you have a Spot hamburger, it tastes like a Spot hamburger, and the same with the Big Star, and the same with all the various pizza places around. If you want to go to pizza place, hey, you go there because they have a distinct taste, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's just, and the Spot's got their own homemade root beers too.
And they've been using that same meat supplier forever. And somebody said, they raised the prices. Well, hello, everybody's raises prices.
Right.
You can't stay in business unless you make what they call a profit. And making a profit's not a dirty word.
No.
So,
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes.
hey, Joe, we're going to have a gal on next week as a guest. What do you think? Am I in trouble or?
Well, maybe you won't. Be in, but I think that it's a good thing for the show.
Yeah, I think because we haven't always slanted everything as a male-orientated show.
Hey, you should get older girls too, like Shirley.
Oh, come on, Joe! You're doing so good. Block his number.
Bum, 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 bum.
Joe, what would you think Shirley would lend to this if I brought her in here?
Oh, she could tell you about her recipes, and she also knows how to plant a garden and how to grow her weeds in the garage and stuff.
All right, Joe. Here's the deal. I will let her come in there. at the same time you come in here.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and you take my
with
place. And
her. Yeah, that'd be great.
Right.
How long are you going to stay? About 3 minutes, Joe?
Well, now maybe 10, you know.
Yeah, and leave me here, and then I got to put up with Irish Ruth calling in.
No, I'll give her a ride to and from.
You're making this too easy, Joe. I don't know.
I got a convertible, so she loves convertibles.
Oh, you know her personally?
I see her at Lenny all the time.
Okay. Well, Joe, I thank you for your comments. I don't probably not going to work out. We're pretty booked for the next 20 years.
Right, yeah.
We're past schedule.
Yeah, we're past that.
Call back in 20 years, right?
Yeah, call me back in 20 years. Huh?
Okay,
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you, Joe.
Well, this is starting to shape up as a... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Pete, you got one more.
Speaking of restaurants, this hour I'm actually sponsored by a restaurant.